Yeah, dog. Restarted. All right. Rewind. Here we go. Live rewind. Oh man. Yeah, clearly. Yo, yo. Yep. '49ers. Yep. Yeah. So I'll just start off with my first prop. I got the Titans AJ Brown over 74.5 receiving yards. Odds at -110, so about even for every prop. I got 1 unit on it. I really see the Bengals struggling this game. They're not the favorite, are they the favorite? No, but they're getting a lot of hype and a lot of the bets. Um, and I think it's kind of what's the word? Not confusing, but like there's just people are feeling like they're fooled into the pick because if you look at their last game, they did play outstanding and really wasn't a close game until the last drive of the Raiders or last couple drives. But one of the key injuries was on their defensive line. They actually lost three starters. One to a foot injury, who's out for the rest of the season now. Henderson got a concussion that game. And as soon as those defensive line guys went out, there's zero pass rush. Carr pretty much did whatever he wanted. Waller's receptions went skyrocketing up, his yards. So I see Tannehill be able to sit in the pocket and really throw easy targets to AJ Brown and like a slant or something to get open since he's a big target. Um, he should easily see 8 targets, although Tannehill hasn't had like a lot of production in passing yards. I just see the Bengals struggling in the passing game. They also are on just the whole year. They're 27th, ranked 27th against yards allowed in passing. So they're averaging about like 270 yards per game. So I like the number one receiver in this game. Yeah, they're ranked 27th on the year in reception yards allowed. I'm sure a good amount of that is more game script just because their offense is really explosive. But at the same time, you could see a lot of inconsistencies in their defense throughout the year. Like sometimes their defense would be like shut down more in divisional games. Um, but with their top pass rushers out and their pass rushing percentage success is like dropping to like the teens, I see Titans winning that battle, the O line. Yeah. I kind of liked. I mean, I didn't pick it, but I liked the Westbrook Ikeen's line. I mean, it's getting a little high. I think it's in the 40s now. But he's averaging like. I mean, I'm not touching it either, but he's averaging like 5 targets in the last 5 weeks. Yeah, I thought about that too, just because I'm like, they got to start using AJ Brown more. Now that he's. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they're going to run the ball as much as humanly possible, but the Bengals are still going to be able to score eventually, and that's going to lead to more higher scoring and passing than people were going to think.
All right, so I'm on the other side of I got both as passing and for this close player that has been settled in at 25 attempts. And that he missed, and then one or two.
Yeah, it's about normal.
So it's below the before.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
also just
yeah, I could definitely see his line being close,
yes.
whether it's under or over. I just, I guess, a little worrisome, not how many attempts he takes, but how much time he has to get those attempts off, just because if the Titans really control this game, they're going to run it, and the clock's going to just nonstop run.
Yeah, that is played the next.
But at the same time, like, do they need that much time if they have, like, a lot of their players blow up?
Explicit.
Yeah.
Last game. This four. So ten to so 1 yard. Didn't hit it. Also, obviously,
It's
if the
weird.
ball's attacking.
It's weird to think, like, both these teams are allowing a lot of yards per game in passing,
Yeah.
but they have some of the best individual secondary players. Like
I don't really know.
the Titans have like one of the best safeties. I think it's Bird. But they have like really good all pro players in the secondary.
Yeah, I think Bengals.
Yeah, I'll stay on Burrow. I just got a little drop on this one just because it's not likely to hit. Joe Burrow anytime touchdown at plus 500. I got a 0.25 or a quarter of a unit on it. Like I said, just a little thing, just more for shits and giggles because I think he's gonna really just put it all on the line, not worry about his injury anymore. not have any flashbacks, and if he has to do that at the touchdown line, he's going to do it. Or if it's like for a first down to win the game type of deal. So yeah, look for him to run the ball at least 3 times in more game script, like them being behind. If they get the lead, plus 500. Um, yeah, so no real good reason. I mean, he only has 5 touchdowns in his whole career over 2 years. Yeah, he likes to run it.
Also, Ryan.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
Just this year.
just this year, which is a lot for anyone. So,
Yeah.
plus,
All right. So staying in the same game and getting on that touchdown fever, since this game seems to be like everyone wants to score. I got Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. I mean,
that's gotta be what.
yeah, surprisingly, it didn't get to negative 200 yet. It's at negative 190, so not awful. But I got 1.5 units on it. He's scored in 4 of his 7 games with 20 plus carries, including 3 of those being 3 touchdown games. He's one of the top, I think he's top 5 for red zone rush attempts in the league. It's kind of self-explanatory, not much thought to it. I just like it as an easy, not lock, because there's a chance the Bengals sell out to stack the box. But yeah, 1.5 units. I think our connection might be dropping.
As long as he doesn't have that,
Oh, he's definitely getting the work. He's getting 20
I
plus
mean, like,
carries
if
at
he's
least.
more injured than like it should be a for sure one, which is why they have him.
Yeah. I like it if the odds are over 300.
He's at 320.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, if it's over 300, I like it. I still wouldn't drop a lot on it because the Bengals are going to sell out to beat the run. I don't think it's really going to help much, especially because their defensive line is hurt, as I mentioned earlier. So I'd probably rather like parlay like 1 touchdown and is over if they ever release his rushing over, because he should have a 100-yard game with a touchdown, more likely than 2 touchdowns. But you never know.
Bengals suck.
And
Took
back and
one
forth.
of my lock. I'm gonna take his receptions, receiving yards, minus 110. Down or they're going to. Obviously, they need sports of his last. So he's emotions. I think are they gonna get
So my last two props for this game. Um, sounds like tricky, or sounds like I'm just trying to throw out stuff, but I like it because they're both connected to each other and they're both positive. So it's both the kickers for each team. So you got McPherson,
Yeah.
and Bullock, I forget his name. But both of them are set at 2.5 for extra points, and both of them are positive odds. You got McPherson a little bit higher, plus 125, and Bullock at plus 110. So my idea was, I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. The only way this doesn't hit is if it's not a high scoring game, at least by one team.
I scored like 50.
No, like just one team's got to score at least 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
Because if one team scores 3 touchdowns, they're 90% chance they're going to score 3 extra points.
Gotcha.
So I'm almost guaranteeing that one of these hit. So if one hits, you're going to be like, I don't know, positive 0.1, 0.2 units. Because I'm putting 0.5 units on both of them since they're both positive. I only need one to hit, and there's a good chance that both hit. So I just like it as a safe play. You're really trying to put. I got a half unit on each, but honestly, like, I'm confident that, like, as long as you're not that both will hit, but at least one will hit, so you'll definitely go positive. So I'd have no problem going like 3 unit, 3 unit. I don't think I'd go any higher than that, just because I've having some bad luck with locks as far as game scripts go. I'm like, okay, because the Cardinals just don't want to do anything.
Especially with all these.
Yeah, I don't. There's no way. But even if it's a blowout,
Yeah, I know.
I just need 3 touchdowns from one team. Like I just don't. It would have to be the weirdest game script ever. Yeah, I'm like, that'd be some bullshit. And Varbrel, whatever his name is, the Titans coach, Varbrel, I can never say it right, but he's known for not kicking field goals. Like, he will go for on fourth down over and over and over.
Right.
So I can't see either team really settling in this type of game type.
Especially with the high power offense, and then you have.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that half unit each. Under.
-1. He's 8 out of the 7.
Boyd.
Up against the rushing. And 3 of the last game. This.
I think you said Boyd twice. You mean Mixon.
Mixon.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. After looking at some of his stats, he just looks like he really doesn't have many blow-up games that go into the higher yardage, like 80, 70 plus. The only time he does is when they have blowout games. And I don't see the Bengals being able to blow out the Titans. just because of the offensive power of Derrick Henry. Yeah, for that game. Yeah, I got a couple for the second game. Packers. All right, so I don't got too much for this. Um, really, all I got is two. Both of them are going to be touchdown props. So I really like Debo Samuel, and I also like AJ Dillon. Debo Samuel, everybody's hot and bothered by him. He scored in 12 of his 18 games. That's including the one playoff game this year. So 66% hit rate, and he has a couple multi-touchdown games. They just love using him in every aspect, whether it's in the passing game, the rushing game. My man has, I know he has the highest. He's leading the league in yards per attempt, whatever it's per touch, yards per touch, whether it's catching or rushing the ball. I believe he's just under or just over 10 yards per touch. So something ridiculous. Yeah, overall. Yeah. So, I mean, he's having an outstanding year, and I think he continues it. They're going to at least give him 5 rush attempts. They're going to at least give him 5 targets. So, good chance he gets to fall in the end zone. Actually, I do have one other one for this game besides the touchdown, but I'll do my other touchdown and then throw it over to you. I got AJ Dillon anytime touchdown also. Oh, Debo is 1 unit at -1. I got -105, so pretty good odds too. Yeah, yeah, -105, so pretty good odds for a guy that's hitting 66% of the time. Yeah. And then I got AJ Dillon at +115. I got 1 unit on him. He leads the Packers in red zone rush attempts at 39 attempts on the year. And he's only 3 touches behind Aaron Jones when you're combining both rush attempts and pass targets in the red zone. So, second on the team for combined and first for rush attempts. I think the Packers will be able to not completely control the whole game, but they will be at the lead at some point, and they will give Dillon at least, I want to say 10 rush attempts, closer to the side of like 15. But he has been used a lot more recently. He seems to be pretty acclimated in the offense in his second year. Um, yeah, I mean, Dillon's a younger player. He's going to be wanting to show up a little bit more than Aaron Jones does. Yeah. I mean, Jones is in his own way one of the most efficient running backs there is behind like Alvin Kamara. Um, so he's more used on the edge when it comes to the red zone, like catching the edge, where Dillon just more rushes up the middle and hopes to find a good hole. Um, but I like the Packers in this game, and I think they're going to really try to play more physical and rely on their defense by just rushing and rushing, rushing. So I like him either to break one off for like 30 yards, or if they get 10 yards and less, it's going to go to Dillon before it goes to Aaron Jones. He's more like going to be like the third down guy. Yeah. So +1 plus odds. So why not throw a unit on it? Oh man, we're both on it. I got it at -115, and mine went up to 49.5. But I got 1 unit on it. So all right, let's hear it. What you got?
are juice at -1. And targets over at its receptions than that once getting 5. Then I like they met in 9 targets, 7 receptions. So hoping that Packers unless they are playing, they should never the 49ers should never lose eyes when also but not least Green Bay has 7 out of all this number. Every single top dog tight end.
He's not a big name, but it looks like they let is it Seahawks?
Yes. We'll see.
No, not Wilson. It's probably what's his name? Was it?
Yeah. But also tight end.
Like Andrews.
All the big numbers. Dog as far as they usually.
Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Jimmy G. Garoppolo.
Yeah, Garoppolo. Attempts easily be.
Yeah, I don't see how this doesn't hit. Was he on the Eagles at the time? Oh, well, that's probably why. I mean, I see 42 here, and it looks like if we're talking about the same week, or it's the only week they played, he still had 4 targets and had 4 receptions, so he didn't miss a single target. Ertz, he went 4 for 4, so he didn't miss a target, and he is averaging over 10 yards a catch. Yeah. My only worry would be, honestly, if the game script, for whatever reason, went and the 49ers favor so much. Like, they went up 2 touchdowns to start. I don't either. I have the Packers winning, but that's why I love this prop. And you literally mentioned every single thing that I had written down. And I think the books are agreeing that he's probably going to get a decent amount of work compared to the receivers this game specifically, because the Packers secondary is really good, but they've been struggling against the tight ends, as you mentioned. Yeah, it was a little bit ago since he really blew off. No, I literally said the exact same thing. I mean, every time he gets to the targets, he hits.
Right.
If you want, I don't know what Ayuk's.
Packers definitely.
Ayuk's probably a little juiced now. He's had a big game at the big game. It might be a good idea since Packers secondary is good to parlay Ayuk under and Kittle's over. As long as his Ayuk, as long as his,
Kittle goes over.
and let's see what he's at. I think if he's at 60 yards, I would take his under. We got here. Let's see NFL.
What are you doing?
Receiving props.
Obviously.
Ayuk's not that high. I mean, like 50 and a half.
But I agree with you. Like, not having a prop is. My biggest thing on this, no matter how the game script gets, this tremendous top of that, he can. Although, like,
I don't know if he'll get all on rushing.
yeah, rushing definitely good. That's my going for. Since they started. Three times with and I believe game they trust him. First one walk. Everyone knew. So more in the rushing yards. I believe he also had the most rushing attempts this last playoff game. So more than
He had more than Elijah Mitchell.
no.
Oh yeah.
He's had. So that being said, I can just he's going. Like I said, no, if it's a goal, it should be more than happens. It favors. So I'm gonna take.
His low 20 and a half.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
30 something. 30.
That's 38 and a half now.
Okay.
But last game he had 60
Juiced
something.
as well. The receiver plus rushing a higher chance.
For those games, no.
So we just run Rams.
Yeah, for that game, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't. You go your parlays then.
Yeah, I got 3 parlays. So one's not, 2 of them are, which both. So I got let me throw it up for you guys. So ignoring this one, but I have this one. I got here 4 touchdowns, anytime touchdowns. I got Debo, AJ Dillon, Leonard Fournette, and Diggs. So I like every single one of them to score this week. I won over a couple of them already, but at half a unit, plus 1,686. Gotta like that one. I know DraftKings is doing a promo for anytime touchdown parlays. Look for like a 25% boost. You could probably boost that up to like almost 2,000 odds.
What was the again?
I had
Fournette. I like Fournette. I like Diggs.
Fournette's like almost super lock. AJ Dillon, I like.
Super luck. You said Diggs over Fournette.
Yeah, but I looked into it more.
Okay.
But yeah, so I like all of them at probably a good 20% chance each of you hitting, so not bad odds. My next one is specifically just Titans and Bengals. So AJ Brown over 74.5. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. This one's a long shot, honestly, because of the Joe Burrow. But you could swap it out with Tannehill's, like you were saying earlier.
Definitely take.
But if you take the Burrow anytime touchdown, I just put Burrow over 8.5 rush yards because what's the chances they both don't hit, and it boosts the odds pretty good actually. But plus 3,785. I got a quarter unit on it. And then my last one is probably, I mean, the craziest odds, but I like it almost more than any of them. So Titans negative 3.5. Titans Bengals game over 47. Elijah Mitchell anytime touchdown. AJ Dillon anytime touchdown. Diggs anytime touchdown. Chiefs money line and Rams negative 6.5. So with all that, quarter unit, 28,000 odds. Good chance it hits. I think in my mind like a 5% chance. So I put $1 would do. So I put 5 and it's 1,400. So 5 times less of that. It'd be like 300. I think for $1.
Okay.
It's 280 times your bet. So 280. 280.
280.
Yeah.
Jump into mine then. I'm gonna just do both my parlays. Bet from all. Get into these.
Yeah.
First two kind of long shot. Shot parlay. Not happy, but it can. Bengals, and like I said, think tight, but
Our
offense, their team in minus two. Minus two. Packers. I can see Packers winning this game. Their spread is not. No, it's 5.
wait, what? It's going towards.
It's 5.
Not surprised.
Now, plus. Could see. Close game. Green Bay pulling it out, even if touchdown at the very end. First two ones. And then like anytime touchdown. I really like this one because we're back. 2, Brady. That if it's not, we also one game at 4. 4 now. I'll know that he get the workload if he gets in the way. Definitely. You have Godwin out and you have Brady. So that hopefully we'll but high bad to get it turn it up and dominant moving them past ground. But you also have, and I believe this,
Yeah.
so or that I can't see the championship championship so come out just as much. Take the 50 as a rate plus 1,500 is Tannehill.
They're 27th
27th
out of 32.
receiving yards. 200 prop bets, and this is the long shot guy, where if it hits Henry 2 plus, we said that earlier, it was at plus 3. 1,000.
It's good for 3 legs.
It is.
What was the first same game? Or not same game, but just parlay odds?
It was very
Gotcha.
close in that one.
Yeah.
This one, go.
I like honestly all of them. I like what's it called the worst, or dislike Tannehill's under the worst. But it could be close. I think it'll get like right at that 240 mark. Yeah, let's roll the play. Get it going.
Bullseye.
Papillon.
Saturday we'll have a lock, and then Sunday we'll have a lock.
Oh, we are. I don't have a lot for Saturday.
Okay. So then we'll just Sunday, and you'll do Saturday next time.
All right.
Video.
Well, I got Sundays.
Yes.
All right, switch it up. All right, so my lock riding out with my man Matthew Stafford. We got the Rams money line. They're the underdogs. Doesn't make any sense. Everybody's an idiot who runs the books. Right now, I got them at plus 124.
Yep, still at 1.
So I got 5 units on this. Think of it this way: the Rams played the Bucks earlier this year, and the Bucks had Godwin, they had Evans, they had Brown, they had pretty much everybody they could need. Whatever, didn't have Gronk. All I'm saying is their team was better last time they played. The Rams team was worse. They didn't have Von Miller. They didn't have OBJ. The Rams are a better team now. They're playing a lot better, which is obvious of their last game in the playoffs. Just outstanding, both on the defensive and offensive side. I mean, Stafford looks a little lackluster, but like this is his first time really in the playoffs, and like he's going to want to shine. And I didn't really think about it till like literally today, but the Georgia just won the college playoffs. Matthew Stafford was the Georgia's quarterback. So a little bit of good irony. Let's get both Georgias, a little bit of Georgia everywhere. Um, he might not win the Super Bowl, but I think it's just his year to really shine. I think he's one of the toughest QBs in the league, if not the toughest, and he doesn't get the credit because he's been on the Lions forever. So I see him showing up. Oh, he can turn the ball over at least once. He's still going to throw for 280 yards, a couple bombs to Cooper, and either Cam Akers or Sonny Michelle or both of them are going to rush for like 70 yards plus each. And the Bucks just aren't going to know what to do because they have no weapons. Like, what are they going to do? Let Fournette run the whole game and dump off to him? Like, Brady hates like young receivers, and he doesn't have chemistry with them. Mike Evans is all over the place. Like, I don't think he's going to have that big enough game to save them. It would literally have to be like Gronk's like showing up. Yeah, he had 100 yards, and it was like the ugliest game. Who did they play? Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, the Eagles. He probably had the ball the whole freaking game. Yeah, so I just see like the Bucks really struggling unless their defense like comes up like big. Like I'm talking like 2 turnovers, 3 turnovers. The Rams should easily ride out into the championship, NFC championship with this one. So lock it in.
Block, I think you're. My Ryan passing yard.
He's
Actually,
play.
if he's going to. With that being said, they moved up his yards. But it is something. To his what? But his number.
Woo!
He hit that.
So I'm guessing you're on the Titans, like, because the game script to go that way, which it should regardless. But
I think it's
oh yeah, definitely.
like we were talking.
Yeah,
Coach Ray
and they're not
hustling
stupid.
the boys. Yeah.
They know the Bengals are injured.
Hit this two versus the other person. He
Okay,
and on
okay.
top of that, it's the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's exactly through there. That way it doesn't happen. Obviously, we're secondary. Um, then I think you hit this under. Strictly 11 out of 17. That's just
My lock's plus odds. Doesn't mean you're gonna beat me.
okay with plus odds.
Yeah, but
I would have to shit on all
I'll
my
probably
bets.
win 7 units. You'll probably win 9.
And
All right, I got a question for you. Who do you think has more passing yards, Jimmy Garoppolo or Ryan
that
Tannehill?
is a good question.
I
Although I don't
don't know, but probably the same thing, 240.
honestly, I would say Garoppolo. So I'm gonna have to
Jimmy.
his
I took his. I forgot to mention it, but
230.
it was on our scroll. I took his under longest completion at 35.5 yards.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
He averages 2.4 long balls a game. So he only throws over 20 yards twice a game.
Ryan Tannehill's the same. They're basically
Yeah, they are.
honestly, in
Yeah.
my eyes. It's getting like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my starting.
I kind of agree.
Both they both can throw. They complete.
They both have yak players.
Yeah, exactly. Saying the longest scares me is
Yeah. But 35.5 yards is pretty far. Yeah.
10 to
Then you got to
15
get
and then
20 more.
you can, we saw Tebow do
Yeah, I mean, he can. It's just,
last game.
I
He
don't
took off. He's like, just give me the ball.
know.
So
Yeah.
as long as Brown, well, this is because it's bet.
They both could hit, honestly.
Yeah. Say the last time I did a huge.
Yeah.
Way lower than this, and it still missed by like 10. It's just gone all the way up to 238. Only hit it five. Hit this, so
Yeah.
I can't see. All right, that's pretty much it. Said we'll break Saturday.
Just combine it.
Sure.
I don't care. We can split it. It might be double L's. But then how do we count? Are we counting? I guess we're not counting long shots.
No.
Uh, it's fine.
Saturday, we'll see who makes it, and then I do have to whoever one makes the most.
Yeah.
Random.
Follower.
All right. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Great job.
Let's go Rams.